In this video, we are going to learn about a feature of Excel which is known as AutoSum. I hope you are able to see the screen of Excel. Let's start with the feature of Excel which is known as AutoSum. With the name only, I hope you are able to understand AutoSum. That means automatically, if the computer is able to do some kind of calculation, then that feature is what we call as auto sum, any kind of calculation. Now this auto sum feature is there in home tab. In the end, please see there is an editing group. Inside the editing group we have the option of auto sum. We have the function of auto sum. Now please see over here, like we want to add 30, 40 and 50. So here what we are going to write is we are just going to click on a blank cell and then we are going to click on auto sum. Please see, as soon as I clicked on auto sum, it is showing us a function known as equal to sum, and in bracket it wrote C2. Now what is this C2? I hope you know that C2 is the address of this particular cell. C is the column number and 2 is the row number. And where it is intersecting, that cell is what we call as C2. That means the cell address of this cell is C2. Now here it is written colon, C2 colon E2. Colon means from C2 till E2. From C2, that means C2 till. This colon is working as till E2. That means C2, D2 and E2. So here on D2, over here it is written 40. Okay, let's do it once again. So we have 40 over here. Here we have the number, and after this, as soon as we get this function, we'll press enter. If we think it is correct, C2 till E2 we have to add, we'll press enter. So as soon as we press enter, I hope you can see that 120 is written. How come? 30 plus 40 is 70. 70 plus 50 is 120. So this is how we apply sum. I'll do it again. Over here, now I want to add the numbers written on cell C3, D3 and E3. So what I'll do, I'll go to a blank cell. It is not necessary that a blank cell should be adjacent. It can be anywhere. So I'm placing the sum over here. So I'll select this cell. I'll go to auto sum. I'll click on it. So automatically it gives us the function as equal to sum. That means all these functions, they always begin with an equal to sign. Equal to sum, sum means to add, bracket open, C3 is to E3. That means all the numbers that are written between cell address C3 till E3. That means C3, D3 and E3. They should be added. So I'll press enter. As soon as I press enter, I get 140. So 45 plus 25 is 70. 70 plus 70 is 140. So this is the way we use AutoSum. I'll practice it again. Again, I'll click on this. Now here what happens? Here it is giving us, like we wanted to add C4, D4 and E4. But here it is giving us F2 and F3. So what we can do, we'll click over here. We'll press backspace key. We'll erase the function, and now we are going to type. We will type B4 because, sorry, not B4, C4 is 2. That means colon is known as is 2. This till E4. So we want to add from C4 till E4. So what we are going to write, equal to sum is already written, bracket is already there, but here the cell addresses that were written were wrong. It was F2 and F3, but we wanted to add from C4 till E4. So we have changed it. Okay, now I'm pressing enter. Please see it is 145. So 50 plus 60 is 110. 110 plus 35 is 145. So this is how we do. Again, let's try. I'll press AutoSum. Again, it is giving us the cell addresses that are above it. But we want to add the numbers that are on the left side. So again, we'll click over here. We'll press backspace key and erase it. And now I'll change the cell address and I'll write C5. I'll write C5 is to E5 and I'll press enter. So I get 210. So addition of all these numbers, I got it as 200. Now this is not necessary that we are applying it only on right hand side. We can add all the numbers of Hindi also. Like we want to add all the numbers of Hindi of all the students. Then what we can do over here also we can apply AutoSum. So when I'm applying AutoSum, it is giving us all the cells between C2 to C5. So when I'm going to press enter, see it will give us the addition of all these numbers. Okay, so 30 plus 45 is 75, 75 plus 50 is 125, 125 plus 55 is 180. Okay, again let's try. I click on AutoSum, I press enter, it gives the addition of all these numbers. Then I'll click over here, AutoSum, I press enter, it gives addition of all these numbers. So AutoSum is used for adding the numbers that are on the left side or on the top. They can be added. Now let's try it. Let's try more features that are inside AutoSum. Till now we were directly clicking on AutoSum function. Now you can see an arrow beside it. Now we are going to click on the arrow just beside it. So I hope you can see more functions inside it. Average, count, max and min. So we are going to do these four. First, we'll start with average. I hope you know what is average. So in maths, you must have studied average is equal to sum of addends upon number of addends. That means sum of addends, like we want to find average of these 3 marks of Ramesh. So we want to find the average. So first what we are going to do, if we are going to do it on a paper, then we'll first add all the 3 marks. That means 30 plus 40 plus 50. And then whatever sum comes, we are going to divide it by 3 because sum of addends upon number of addends. Number of addends are 1, 2 and 3. Now, this is a long process when we do it on piece of paper. But when we are doing it on computer, on Excel, it becomes very easy. All these things, that means adding of the numbers and dividing it by a number, will all be done by computer itself. What we have to do, we have to simply click and the work will be done. Please see how we do. I'm choosing a blank cell. I go to AutoSum. Just next to it, we have an arrow. I'll click on average. So it shows us from where to where we want the average. We were not willing to include F2. We wanted only till E2. So we'll change and we'll write equal to average is already written, bracket open, C2 is to E2. And now we'll press enter. So what it did, 30 plus 40 plus 50 is 120, 120 divided by 3, that is 40. So this is how it is done. Let's try it once again. I'll remove this particular cell. Okay. Average. So it is finding the average of the cell that is above it. We don't want that. We want to find the average from C3 till E3. So we are going to type C3 is to E3. So we get the addition, we get the average 45 plus 25 plus 70 and then it divides by 3 and we get the answer as 46.667. Now let's try it over here once again. Average. So it shows F2 is to F3 of these two, but we don't require for that. Again, I'll press backspace key and I'll type C3 is to E3, whichever cell I require. Sorry, it's E4, C4 is to E4. and I press enter. So this is what I get. Again, let's try. Again, it is giving for F2. If we require for that, it's fine. We will press enter directly. And what it is going to do, it is going to add the numbers that are written on cell F2, F3 and F4, and it will divide it by 3. But we don't require that. Okay, so we'll delete it, and we can do one more thing. We can click and drag like this. It is automatically going to show the cell address by itself, and we'll press enter. So what it did, it added all the 3 and it divided by 3. Okay, so this and this all were added, and then the average was shown. Now let's try the next one, that is count number. Now this count number means the cells that contains numbers. So it is going to count those many numbers, like from C2 to F2. F2 is also having some number. So it will display the answer as 4 because there are 4 cells that are displaying number. I'm pressing enter. See, it shows 4 because these 4 cells, they all are having numbers. So this count function, what it does, it counts the cells that are having numbers. I'll show you once again. Please see. AutoSum, I'll click on count. Now see, I'm changing the cell address. Now I'm going to start from here. I'll give the whole cell like this. I'm giving from A1 till E5. Now, if you see, there are cells like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. There are 16 cells that are having numbers, but others are having alphabets. So what computer will do, it is going to ignore the cells that are having alphabets, but it is only going to count the cells that are having numbers. This is the feature of count. Count is used for counting the cells that are containing numbers, but they are not containing alphabets. Let's see what is the answer. I'm pressing enter. It shows 16. Just because in these many cells, 16 cells were the cells that were having numbers. Okay, so this is what is count function. Now let's start with the other one, that is max. Now max and min, these two functions are used to find the highest value and the lowest value. I think in junior classes you must have studied about highest number and lowest number. So this is what is max and min in Excel. Let's try max. When we write equal to max, C2 is to G2, I'll write F2. I'm changing. I want it till here only, F2. So if I press enter, the highest value among all these 4 numbers is 50. So I think it should display 50 because max means highest value. So I'm pressing enter. It displays 50. Now let's do it again. I'm clicking on max. Now it is showing us this H2 only. I want its cell addresses from here to here, or I want more. I want these many cells. I have given. It is our choice how many cells we want to give. I have given from C3 till E5, all the cells I have selected. Out of this, it is going to select which one is the highest number. I think it is 80 that is highest. Let's press enter and find. See, it is 80. So it happens with max. Let's try min. So I go to AutoSum, I'll click on min. So let's take this only, I press enter. So it chooses the lowest number out of all these. I hope you can see 4 is the lowest number. So it displays 4 over here. Let's try it again. I go to AutoSum, I click on min, and now I choose the numbers like I'm choosing from this way. Let's see which is the lowest number. Is it 25? Let's press enter and check. I'm pressing enter. Yes, it is 25. So 25 is the least number out of all these numbers. Here is 25. So it shows 25. So students, I hope you are able to understand all the functions that are there inside AutoSum. So we have AutoSum, average, count, max, and min. So I hope you are able to understand all.